It was doing that with the other things that we could, so counseling disciplines. So Freudian, Adlerian, personal psychology, whatever. In any of the theories of counseling, you were asked to study them, think about them, and either accept or reject pieces or the whole thing. So you were free to engage as a, I don't know, autonomous thinking being with all these theories. But then when we switched to the social justice section, there was none of that. And it was, for social justice, you will practice this. Now say back to us and tell us how you will practice it.
So many people think that justice means one thing, and it oftentimes, in my opinion, when I say social justice, I call it social injustice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But can you explain what social justice meant in your program?
Yeah, I'm using it in a very broad, just colloquial way of people say social justice and they think that thing. It could be called many other things. It could be critical race theory, critical theory in general, various types of Marxist theory, cultural Marxism. But basically the core of it is where we're evaluating people, or every interaction and our interactions with people are primarily evaluated through a power oppression lens. And usually there's race tied in there. And you need to include also intersectionality. So it's just this meeting of these forces, and it's framed as, how do we help the poor little victims? And you can give really obvious examples of people who are victims. And there are people in the world who need help. So that's the Mott and Bailey, that's the bait and switch. They give you the obvious good thing. The term social justice, I think, originally comes out of Christianity. There's an idea of social justice in Christian practice and teaching. So again, it depends on clarifying the word. But in the modern context, it's a Marxist / postmodern amalgam that is bent on just getting particular practice in place, getting people to do this particular thing, think in this certain way, and just sort of spit out the right thoughts and fight against the right people.
When you decided to sign up for this program in the very beginning, when you're looking at your course syllabus, was there anything that was kind of a red flag, or did you jump in believing that you were going to something that you could fully engage with and support?
Somewhere in between the two. I had done a good amount of talking to people who were recent graduates and practitioners, and I had looked into my options. My goal had been to become a Jungian analyst, but you need to go through and get licensure first, and then after that, there's other things to do that. So I needed licensure as either LCPC or LCSW, licensed professional counselor, or licensed clinical social worker. And I looked into the social work side. You could also do doctorate, but I didn't want to do doctorate. I just wanted to go into practice as soon as possible. But social worker side was way more influenced by the social justice stuff, as I could see. And so my goal was to get to the area with the least amount of it, because there's not a none option really.
Wow.
So I went to the counseling role, and the in the curriculum, in the syllabus, in the handbook and whatnot, there was boilerplate social justice language, which isn't surprising. But I write about this a little bit. I tell a story. The professor who interviewed me for the program on the admissions, she asked me to define culture and social justice in the interview process, which kind of surprised me. And so I didn't know what to do. So okay, I'll just start by defining culture. And I defined culture and paused. And then she moved on as though I had defined social justice. And I was like, okay.
How did you define culture?
I don't remember exactly, but it was something like culture is a two-part phenomenon, something that you might classify as like super ego material, stuff that's put on you from what you inherit. And then later on, you can go and sort of choose parts of your own and reject the old. So something in the ballpark of stuff you inherit and stuff you choose in your life.
So when I think of culture, I generally think of the foods we eat, the ways in which we celebrate things, our family traditions, those kind of things, right? And those are kind of the people that I try to speak to, trying to get parents. And I think that that's why they adopt ideas like multiculturalism. It's beautiful to learn about other people's cultures.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't understand that when that comes into school, it's heavily loaded with things like what you can cast off. So I find that very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a meme at this point, but it's really most of the people who are excited about multiculturalism and stuff really just mean they like Indian food.
Right,
Like,
that fits really well.
I mean, that's what it is. Oh, I want various restaurants around me.
Right.
Cool. No one has a problem with that. That's not what we're talking about.
Right. But that is the Trojan horse that brings it.
Yes. Yes.
So the same thing with, I want my kids to read about these certain books and to understand, even to understand things like internment camps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people want to know those kind of things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with understanding them. Those are parts of our history.
Yeah.
But I don't think one of the things that in social justice that I see often is that there's always a goal to dismantle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never a let's praise this, let's celebrate this thing in culture. It's only, yeah, but we wouldn't have been treated this bad if the big bad white man didn't say something or do something.
Right. Yeah. So the veneer is diverse foods, but the core of it is eroding the fabric of Western civilization.